Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of ArcheAge. More like QAge. um, it is so hard to get back into this game once you go to bed or whatever. It's a pain. It really is. I mean, look at me. I've been in this queue since what time is it? I got into the queue at about 8 p.m. Right now it is 1:30 in the morning, 1:30 a.m. I am gonna wait this queue out though, even though that time there is a lie. It takes so much longer than 52 minutes. It takes like I probably got another 2-hour wait on my hands here. But I need to get on to craft tax certificates. That way I'm not just sitting around wasting labor points because while I can't get on them during the day because of the queue times, I can at least get on it. Try to get on night. Oops, sorry about that if you heard that. Threw my bottle on the ground in rebellious acts of this game. No. Um, but yeah, this game is fun. It really is, but it's just not fun to sit in the queues. Um, and the reason why is because, well, you kind of lack of servers. I know that I say that and there's like a bunch of them here, but there's a lack of servers. The land grab is just too much, and there is a lot going on that they need to work out, which they're slowly doing it. I mean, there's only so much you can do and satisfy just about everybody. I mean, you have the entire half of the community, I wouldn't say the entire half, but a good portion of the community saying more servers and server transfers. And then you got the other people that say increase the server cap and then add more land to put your housing in. I say there needs to be a little bit of a mixture of them all, except for the server cap, because at the moment the caps are pretty outrageous as they are. Um, they've increased them like 60% than what they were originally expecting them to be. And I mean, granted, they did have a little bit of time to fix this during the patronage, but I'm thinking from their perspective here, that you know, you get a game out, people are gonna be trying to cram as much time as they can, and so they expected that much at least, the queues for the patrons. And what they should have anticipated was the free-to-play wave that was gonna come striking over. Um, they thought that that might just be a coming touch and go kind of thing, where they get on and get off at a decent equilibrium. But that wasn't the case, unfortunately. Um, so yeah, my personal belief, I think they need to add maybe a server or two more, and then increase the land that you can put your housing down on. Not just restrict it to that little tiny area in the corner of the world. Make it so you can place your house down anywhere, have it fully protected, same rules apply. It's just that designated area should be like an area that can be, what's the word, more convenient, because you already have everything there. You have your seed merchants, you have the Mirage Island portal. I mean, you just conveniently have things there. So if a person who wants to have a housing in a nicer area with not a lot of people clustered around and wants to just have that cosmetic feel like I do. I don't want to live next to a mazillion people I don't even know who block my view and such. I just don't want that. That's not the way I want to play this. I want to play it like have a nice little house with just my friends over on the little lakeside or the seaside. That way we can get an aqueduct or not aqueduct, an aqua farm and such, and we can just live there on our own. But you know, it's really hard when people are just being land hogs and such. So, and then people are always saying, um, well, you could just wait 2 weeks for their houses to become up for grabs. Well, I don't want their house. I want to put my own house. I mean, who cares about their house? Maybe I don't want a farmhouse. Maybe I want a mansion or something. And they're taking up the spot that I need to put my mansion in. It's like I can't delete the house. I gotta buy the previous house there. So I'm hoping there is. I haven't really done much research into the housing mechanics and such, but I'm hoping that like after maybe a month or so that nobody claims it or anything, the house could just kind of gets taken out, just destroys, or you can buy the land and then decide whether or not you want to destroy it and get like a percentage of the materials back or something weird like that. I don't know. But I feel like there needs to be a way to just demolish it overall if you own it or something, or if nobody owns it. That way, land is more of a reasonable thing. I mean, yeah, why shouldn't it be? Another thing I believe that should be happening is server transfers. Not just like player name transfer. I'm talking about items in your warehouse, on your person, and then to those people who are always like, well, what about my house? What about, is my house going to be transferred over? I feel like the same rules should apply when your taxes run out. How everything inside your house gets mailed to you. I feel like um, those rules should apply to you when you're transferring servers, because it's clear that you already have a good settlement in place if you have a house already in the game and a house plot that you're satisfied with. Stay there, because if you just transfer, somebody else is definitely going to take your spot in no time. Because I know I am trying to get land grabs as best as I can, because I have to find a spot that is livable for just not me alone. I have to live. I'm going to be living with 4 other people, so I have to have quite a big space picked out for the 4 of us to live. And yeah, so that's something I gotta consider to figure out. Um, Hopefully we get into the game soon. I doubt we'll be getting into the game for this episode. I'm sorry, guys. A little bit background on what I am doing in the game currently. I'm still just power leveling. I am level 30. I am playing as a cultist. Is the class name where you have the occultism, sorcery, and vitality. Those are the 3 skill trees I chose to go with, if you guys remember. I have done. I'm really happy with the way my character creation is going in terms of the skill trees, and I don't want to transfer if I know I'm gonna have to lose all my items. I don't really care about the houses because I don't have a house. Don't care about my name because I only use it for just reference purposes. It's just easier to know who I am if I say I'm just Blue Vasos rather than having a bazillion list of names of who I am. But having 1 or 2 names on the side just because I couldn't get it or something is fine by me. I don't really care that much. It's just something that makes it easier for everybody else to know who I am. Um, but yeah, I'd rather keep my items and keep my skills than just my name. And again, I don't care about housing right now because I don't have a house. But yeah, I'm hoping though they do something soon. It's getting ridiculous. Like, I've heard people being in queues for almost like 18 hours at the max. That is like the worst case scenario I've heard is an 18-hour queue, and that is, and I say worst case scenario, and I mean that is pretty bad. More commonly for free-to-play players, 6-hour queues. Sometimes if you're playing on the more populated servers here, like Cryos, where all the YouTubers are, um, not including myself because I play on Olo, but or Olo. I don't even know how you pronounce that, but Cryos here has quite a big list of major YouTubers who have their fan base and their own guilds getting into place here, where I guess kind of their guild and their fan base kind of merge together, but they kind of rule the servers, and that's why I don't. That's why I kind of want servers to be more available because eventually, somewhere down the road, it's just gonna be 2 guilds duking it out because they just claim everything. Like you're gonna have 2 massive guilds that are gonna take over the entire land, not the entire land, but a good portion of it. I mean, and you'll probably have a third small guild out there living on like Pirate Isle or something, just doing their pirating stuff, causing mischief between the guilds or something. I don't know, but it's it's something that needs to be considered. The fact that you're gonna have major guilds that are gonna be ruining it for the small people on the server. What if I have a small guild on Nuya or something, and they come along and are just trashing on me because, or not trashing, but they follow us around because they have nothing better to do other than maybe go over to the northern island and sit there in their vast wealth against the other big guild. I mean, I'm not going to be able to go there as a small guild up to the north and try to claim my own land because then I'm going to have the big guild from the Nuya and the big guild from Harania just demolishing me both. So there's no point in small guilds, you know, the way I see it, because they're just gonna get demolished. I mean, unless you're just like a small guild of trade runners or merchants or whatever have you be, fishermen, um, you know, hired on hands for attacking whatever it is that you may be that can be considered a small, reasonable thing to be a guild apart or a part of a guild. So those are like the only small guilds that I could think would ever live on a massive guild server. And that's the reason why I think ghost servers are going to be a little bit better, because it's a place where people who don't really have a guild to be in to go and play. Because, like me, I'm not a big person around the guild idea. I just like to play the game as me, you know? I don't want to have to play it worshipping some big leader god in the guild or anything of the sort. I want to play it as me, do me, I want to do me. And the guilds have their own perspectives, and I mean, I could always just join a guild that's playing the way I am. I'm not saying that guilds are the guilds are like the devil, guys. You can't go into a guild. Don't go into a guild. It's gonna take over the map. No, I mean, I do say that, but that's not what I mean. Um, we're at 503 people. Um, so yeah, I'm just thinking maybe we add just a few more servers. Give server transfers out that allow people to keep their items and levels, possibly have to rename your character, which is unfortunate, but I mean, it's a price to pay to get out of the queues. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be all for this episode, seeing how I'm probably boring you guys, seeing how this is pretty much just a queue cast. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call this episode, Queue Cast, because we're just sitting in the queue, kind of podcasting it up. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little podcast episode. Hopefully next ArcheAge episode we'll be doing some gameplay stuff with my friends. But this episode, at least it's longer than the last one, I think. But it's not as exciting, I guess. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching if you made it this far in. Um, Hope you enjoyed, and stick around for the next episode. See ya.